Omar Sy is one of those actors that had a steady climb in the world of acting and then suddenly became one of the most recognizable faces ever. But since he's a very private person, even if you've seen most of his work, you might not know a lot about who he really is. In this video, we will be talking about the 7 things you probably did not know about The Intouchables, X-Men Days of Future Past, Jurassic World, Transformers The Last Knight, and Lupin Performer. Number 7. A Gift from God. Considering Omar Sy has been in big-name movies like X-Men and Jurassic World, you would think that he's trained for years to get the art of acting just right, but that's far from the truth. Back in the year 2000, he was approached by 2 directors, Eric Toledano and Oliver Nakachi. The 2 just came up to him and asked him if he would act in their movie. He heard the question and responded with, "I'm not really an actor." And they replied, "We are not really directors." And together, the not actor and not directors made the movie and even ended up working together on future projects, including the one Omar is best known for, The Intouchables. He says that the first role he got was probably a gift from God, and that acting was never something he thought of learning how to do, saying, "I never took any drama school, so it's just life school." Number 6. He didn't grow up rich. Hearing him talk and seeing his interviews, you would think that Omar comes from a privileged background. But no, he and his siblings lived in a low-income suburban housing apartment in Trappes, France, with his parents. His Mauritian mother worked as a housekeeper while his Senegalese father was a factory worker. Their salaries combined couldn't actually give their kids a luxurious life, it would only be enough to get by. This type of life might sound depressing to a lot of people, but one of the best things about Omar is his optimism. He says that he has nothing but happy memories from his childhood. He has managed to carry that cheerfulness throughout his life and was even given the Printemps de l'Optimisme, or Spring of Optimism Award in 2015 for his positive energy. Number 5. His family is really huge. To put it in perspective just how hard it must be to live in a small apartment with his entire family, his menage wasn't exactly small, it wasn't even medium. Omar has 7 siblings. He is number 4 of the 8 in total, so he has pretty much had an audience around him all of his life. When you grow up around so many siblings, it either makes you hate people altogether or it makes you want to have a big family of your own. For Omar, it was the latter. He dated his now wife, Helena, for 10 years before the 2 finally tied the knot in July of 2007, and today they have 5 beautiful children together. Number 4. Money? Richness? No. Moving people. Since Omar never really sought out to be an actor, nor did he even see it coming when he landed his first role, his passion behind acting was never to get rich or famous. With his early works, he realized that he preferred to portray roles that told a story. In an interview with LMR, he talked about how he chooses parts that he feels like would make a difference in the world, saying, "I think as an artist, it's wonderful that you can be in a movie and make people travel with enjoyment and entertain them. It is really good to do that. As an actor, the thing I want to do most is to make people feel something. It can be anything, like laugh, cry, think. I just want people leaving the room feeling differently. I can do many films, but it's always about the same thing, moving people." This is why, even if his roles in movies are small, like the one of Pelot in The Call of the Wild, they're the type of characters that you remember. You might forget his face, but you will remember what his character made you feel. Number 3. He learned English after The Intouchables. The Intouchables has managed to still make rounds 10 years later. It is pretty much a modern classic at this point, but when Omar was filming for the role, he didn't know just how big it would blow up. An unexpected aspect of having his movie go viral all over the entire world was the fact that Omar was now getting movie roles from everywhere, including Hollywood. He had never given much thought to really learning English until after the massive success of the movie. He said that he realized that things were going to change fast, and if he wanted to keep up with the changes, he needed to get going. He said, "Everything changed because I had more choices in movies, or movies in English. I had to learn English. I was living in Paris. I now live in Los Angeles." His view and points of view also started to change. Omar recalls that, "My way to see work changed too, because the projects are different and I have more choices, so I had to pick different things." We will always see Omar in roles that really matter, because even before he begins, he spends a lot of time deciding which performances would matter the most and which ones can he do the best. Number 2. He is older than most people think. We mentioned before how Omar Sy picks roles that aren't necessarily the most glamorous, choosing those that will prompt people to really feel things. This type of wisdom does not come easy. You need to go through major life experiences to get there, and the French actor has a lot of that. Many people think that Omar is in his early 30s. Nope, he is an entire decade older, 43, with considerable acting credits under his belt. He began his career in France in 1996, and it wasn't until 2006 that he moved over to the United States. He started off his work in America with some voice acting roles and eventually did the groundbreaking The Intouchables in France. After that, his career just kept going. In 2014 is when he got roles that were even bigger than ever, like X-Men Days of Future Past, Samba, and even Jurassic World. That put him on the more mainstream list of actors. He's still lending his voice to major movie franchises like The Angry Birds and Transformers. Number 1. Groundbreaking Cesar Award and on Netflix. Omar Sy has made history on more than one occasion. His Lupin series was the first French one to debut as a top 10 show in the US on Netflix ever. But that's not all. In 2012, he won a Cesar Award for Best Actor, making him the first black actor in history to ever receive the award. When he talks about the hype that was created after he won, he says that he didn't even realize that he was the first black performer to win it until the press published the news everywhere, saying, "When I won, it was really a special moment in my life, and I knew it would change everything after that, but I never thought about being the first black actor to win. Even though everybody else talked about that. If I stop to think as a black actor, people will see me differently. If I play as a black actor, people will only see that." To this he added how important he thinks it is to see black actors as just actors, insisting that, "I think my key was to perform as an actor, not as a black actor. And after winning the Cesar, I was an actor with a Cesar. There are many more adjectives to describe who I am. I'm not only black. When I won the Cesar in the first place, I was an actor. I had to stop seeing myself in such a limited way. I started doing things as a teenager, and here I am today because of that. I believe that's the best way to change things for black people." That's a wrap for 7 things you probably didn't know about Omar Sy. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our Fact Factory channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!